From the USA, helping you get paid every day. This is the boss of Bitcoin, the Cristo of crypto. It's your boy BK. And if you don't like me, you must not like money. It is October 13th. And as you already know, Bitcoin is crushing all-time highs. The altcoin market is dry. Bitcoin is flowing uphill. I don't even know how that's being done, but it's being done some kind of way. With that being said, we're about to review some of the macro influences of the economy and how they are affecting the cryptoverse and ultimately what that means for the future of the cryptoverse altogether. If this is your first time tuning in, congratulations, baby. You are now rocking with the best. My name is BK. My friends know me as the Crypto Trader, and I am the boss of these charts, as you will soon find out. Every day I grace this microphone with my voice is another day somebody can profit as a result, and today is no exception. So with that being said, we're going to jump live into our chat right now. I think you already know the theme of today's show. It's technology, it's fintech, it's Silicon Valley. And so our question of the day is, what technology company is your favorite? Right? That's simple. Bam. Point blank, period. What technology company is your favorite? You know? And so I see some Samsungs, I see some Apples, I see some Googles. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pick somebody at random. That way it's not subjective. Oh, I saw Pivx down at the bottom. Shout out, shout out. Shout out to the Piv fam. Here we go, here we go. And bam! And it looked like that came up to Purple Beauty Pivx. That is awesome. That's pretty cool. So we gonna go with my man Ashish Kumar Talari, who said Purple Beauty Pivx. Bam! Thank you so much, man. You are our winner of the day. And since Bitcoin is too expensive to send transactions through right now, blockchain all the way backed up, everybody trying to buy Bitcoin, can't nobody send it to send no money. People buying it. You know what I'm saying? That's the problem with speculators. We need this to be an economy. So I'm going to send you some Ethereum instead, right? That's what we do. You know what I'm saying? They look left, we look right. So what we're doing right now, we go jump over into our Facebook group. It's called the #1 Bitcoin group in the world. And what I'm about to do right now is throw your name up over today's video. Bam, bam, bam. Oh, there you go. Oh, shoot. There you go. There you go. And I'm going to say Bitcoin winner of the day. Bam! It's just that easy. And actually, I meant Ethereum, but you already know what it is. So send me your Ethereum address and let's do that. Let's do that. That way I remember. Ethereum winner of the day. Thank you so much for being in our community. Thank you again for your support. And shout out to the Pivx team, right? Now, what is today's video about? The secret of Silicon Valley. What does that mean, BK? Well, we will soon find out. I think when people think about some of these great companies that were on this list, right? When we think about the Googles and, you know, the Amazons and the Apples and the Adobes and the Ciscos and the IBMs, these prodigal, blue chip, Americanized corporations, people like to associate them with being some of the biggest, some of the best, some of the most virtuous, and some of the most aspirational companies in the world. But oftentimes, more often than not, especially days of late, that has not always been the case. And that's very, very, very unfortunate, because when a lot of these companies were started, they were just started with an idea, right? You know, when Apple was started, it was just, you know, two guys in their garage that, you know, wanted to create something, right? It was raw imagination, raw ingenuity, raw connectivity to the person, which in turn gave those creations their value. So for example, Samsung, somebody in the list said Samsung. This device right here, right? Shout out to Bay, you know what I'm saying? That's my girl, that's my girl. But, you know, Samsung, the phone company, right? Makes amazing technological products, right? And inside of this one phone, you have the ability to connect to the entire world. It's pretty incredible. It's very, very, very incredible. Part of our society we take for granted. And, you know, think about it, 30 years ago, I remember riding around. My mom would say she was going to run errands. And what that meant is she was going to spend all afternoon doing stuff that we could do today in a matter of about 10 minutes, right? That's what running errands meant. My girlfriend asked me the other day, did I want to go run errands with her? I said, no, I'm good. I said, you go run, I'll sit. You know what I'm saying? But in our world today, we're able to do everything through this device, right? But unbeknownst to ourselves, this simplicity, right, convenience has in turn withdrawn society from itself. A lot of times I travel all the time, you know, always in an airport, restaurant, you know, somewhere where there's people, but all too often people are sitting in the same room and every single person is doing this. Nobody's doing this. Nobody's doing this. Nobody's talking to each other. Everybody's individualized in their own technology, right? And so we've created these digital communities that technically don't even exist, but that is what society communicates through, Facebook being one of them. And so ultimately, you know, this is what I wanted to do with this call, is I wanted to take a little bit of insight. Let me, you know what I'm saying? I know we got some newcomers, so wanted to take, I guess I could just leave this right here, you know, leave that right here. Wanted to take a little bit of that insight, right? Little bit of that knowledge, you know, obtained in getting them 3 letters behind my name, little bit of that knowledge, and just share it with the community today. So ultimately what we have is a situation to where the technology, the digital communities are alienating the individuals and while acclimating the entities building those platforms. Prime example. And I said all that to say this. Let me bring this camera over here. Hold up, wait a minute, hold up. Oh, I could just do this, bam, bam. Throw it back one time, bam. So I said all that to say this, you guys. Facebook, one of the biggest corporations in the world, point blank, period. Does Facebook have a 1-800 number? Can we dial 1-800 Facebook and talk to somebody if we had a problem with our account? Coinbase. I had a situation where I had about 8 Bitcoin lost in the air. I changed my phone number. I got telemarketers calling me. This was about 6 months ago. Changed my phone number so the telemarketers couldn't call me, 18 times a day. Had 2-factor authentication on my Coinbase account. Went to AT&T, changed my phone number. My old number was connected to my Authy, which would allow me to get into Coinbase. And you would have thought I was trying to bring down Mount Gox. They would not let me get my money for nothing. And it was so hard to talk to a person to explain the situation that ultimately I felt alienated. And then I understood that this is actually the system of design in building a platform, a digital platform that doesn't even exist, but you have billions of people using it, swiping right, swiping left, pressing send. It's intentional that people don't exist on the other side of it to connect to the people. They don't want people to connect to people. They want people to connect to the platform, to the screen, because in doing that, that creates value, that creates impressions, that create clicks, that creates touch points, and that creates money for the advertisers, right? So it's very, very interesting. I said all that to say this, is that in understanding technology and these prodigal companies, these blue chip FinTech startups that may have started with an idea, they have evolved to something completely different, completely left of center. And now you just type this in, I just did this today, right before we came on, but sentiment is turning against these companies. The sins of Silicon Valley. Silicon Valley is not your friend. Like, these are stories today. This isn't, scratched up from the bottom of Google page 8. This is today, right? And so now I think society is becoming enlightened to the point to where something's not right? It's a problem when Amazon employs more robots than it does people. But yet when you look at their stock price, which we can do very, very easily, it's at all-time highs. And one of the things we hear is like, oh, companies need to make more money so they can then go hire more people, and then the people can go out and spend more money with these companies so that they can go hire more people. That's the whole theory behind trickle-down economics, behind fractional reserve lending, right? I might only have $100 worth of value, but in a fractional reserved economy, that $100 of value can get loaned out, 1,000 different times. I know I'm exaggerating, but essentially that's what happens, especially when you allow banks to print money. And next to zero interest rates, you essentially have free money. So money essentially becomes, has no value, right? And so now we have a situation where technology companies that were designed for one thing, to benefit society, have alienated society while not providing value, monetary value for the end consumer in this economy. And that ultimately is what we're thinking about when we look at these cryptocurrencies. You also have another side of it where you have the banks that bought these corporations long, long ago.